a technique that I use to help me solve word problems, and I call it cubes. And so I'm going to show you how I use it, and I hope that this will help you um, solve word problems. First thing you should do whenever you're reading a word problem is you should read it and make sure you understand what the problem is generally about. So let's read this. It says a jeweler had a fixed amount of gold to make bracelets and necklaces. The amount of gold in each bracelet is 6 grams, and the amount of gold in each necklace is 16 grams. The jeweler used 178 grams of gold and made 7 more necklaces than bracelets. Write a system of equations that could be used to determine the number of bracelets made and the number of necklaces made. Define the variables that you use to write the system. So now, the first thing I like to do is I'm going to put a C here, and that stands for circle. I want you to go through the word problem, and every number that you see, I want you to circle it. And you got to be careful because sometimes the numbers are written and sometimes they're implied. So let me show you what I mean. So if you're reading this, some of you would probably go and circle the 6. And you would be right. You should circle the 6. But there's a number before that that you should circle. And that is the each. Because each basically stands for 1. So this is saying in every bracelet or in one bracelet, there's going to be 6 grams of gold. So that each implies a 1. So you want to circle that. In fact, I've written the 1 in there. Let's keep going. So you should have the 6. And then the next one, and this for the same reason, is we should circle this each because this has 1. So it's saying one necklace has 16 grams. So now I'm going to circle the 16, and then I'm going to circle the 178. And the last thing I'm going to circle is the 7. So those are the numbers. So circle the numbers. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to underline all of the units for those numbers. So every number should have a unit. So in this case, it says 1 bracelet. So the unit of measurement is bracelets. It says 6 grams. So the unit of measurement is grams. It says each necklace. So the unit is necklace. And then again, we've got grams. Grams is showing up again. That's a key idea. And then we got 178 grams. And then it says 7 more necklaces and bracelets. Now, the unit is not more. That's just saying there's 7 more necklaces than there are bracelets. So the unit of measurement for this is going to be necklaces and bracelets because they basically are being compared to each other. So now that I've done that, I've underlined the units. I am going to go and I am going to box. I'm going to box what we're looking for. So what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Now, they always will tell you what it is they want you to solve for. So that's what you're looking for. So in this case, we're looking for the number of bracelets made. So I'm going to put a box around that. And then we're looking for the number of necklaces made. And I'm going to put a box around that. The reason that I want to do that is that's going to tell me what my variables should be, what it is that I'm looking for. So I'm saying this should be X, and X stands for the number of bracelets made. Now, let me show you what that'll look like on DeltaMath because this is a DeltaMath question. So when you actually go to the problems on DeltaMath, you're going to see when you click this drop-down button, you're going to see all of these choices, and you've got to choose the right choice. Now, like I said, we're looking for the number of bracelets made, and we said that's going to be X, so we would choose this one right here. Now, for the Y, it's going to be the same thing. You would say, oh, Y is going to be equal to the number of necklaces made. So we would choose that one. Okay, now let me go back to the actual problem and keep going. So like I said, this Y is going to go for this one, and it's going to be the number of necklaces that the jeweler made. Now, so remember what I said, every number has to have a unit, and each variable should also have a unit. So in this case, the units for the X are bracelets, and the units for the Y are necklaces. Now that we've got that, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to examine this whole thing because we want to come up with an equation. We need to come up with actually two equations. And the reason that we know that there's going to be two equations is because we have two variables. So that's what's going to go in here. So now this is the reason that I want you guys to go through and start using this if you're confused about what you need to do. You can look at this and you can see this has a gram, this has a gram, and this has a gram. So those are going to go together. And we just have to figure out how. So it says each bracelet has 6 grams of gold. Each necklace has 16 grams. And the jeweler used a total of 178 grams. So I know that all the numbers that have grams in it are going to be put together somehow. But I also know that there needs to be an X and Y in here. So basically what we're going to do is we know every bracelet has 6 grams. So this is the number of bracelets times the amount of gold in each one of them. So it's going to be 6X, and we're going to do plus 16Y. So that's our first equation. So this is saying 6 times X, the number of bracelets, and plus 16 times the number of necklaces is going to give us a total amount of gold. That's one equation. Now, the second equation, we're going to be looking for bracelets because that's the units, and necklaces. That's what we underline. Bracelets, necklace, and this says necklaces and bracelets. So what we're going to do is we're using this. It says 7 more necklaces than bracelets. That means that the jeweler made 7 more necklaces than bracelets. So we have to come up with another equation where we've got bracelets, and one side we got necklaces on the we have necklaces on the other side. The question is, how do we write these? Where does the 7 go? So which one did he make more of? Did he make more necklaces or did he make more bracelets? It says he made 7 more necklaces than bracelets. So basically, if I made 1 bracelet, that means I made 8 necklaces because 1 plus 7 is 8, right? If he made 2 bracelets, that means he made 9 necklaces. So what you're going to do is you're going to add the 7 to the bracelets to get the total number of necklaces. So this is what your second equation is going to look like. Now that we've got our 2 equations, we're ready to solve. That's going to be the last step. We're going to solve this. And so I'll create a video for that. All right, but this is how you come up with the 2 equations. Now, I went through this in a lot of detail. So when you are starting, it may take you a little time to go through this, but once you get good at it, it won't take very much time, and you don't actually have to go through every step. But this is what I want you guys to do initially. All right, I hope this is helpful.